Welcome back, friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Hit that bell because what we're about to uncover is one of the most heartbreaking chapters in 1000 Delby Sisters history. Previously on the show, Amy Slayton was trying to juggle it all: motherhood, fame, emotional trauma, and the scars of a collapsing marriage. But no one saw this coming. For weeks, Amy had been under immense pressure. Courtroom battles, relentless. Online attacks, and the silent burden of raising 2 children on her own. She smiled for the cameras, but behind closed doors, she was fading. Then came the day that changed everything. A gray morning hovered over Dixon, Kentucky. Tammy had texted Amy, just checking in. No response. The silence was deafening. And then the phone rang. It was Michael, her ex, his voice trembling. "She's in the hospital. They're saying overdose. I don't know anything else." Tammy froze. The air left her lungs. Panic set in. She immediately called Amanda, her voice shaking. "It's Amy. Something's wrong. They think it's drugs." Phones lit up. Amanda dropped everything. Misty and Chris started dialing family members in a frenzy. Nothing made sense. Amy? Drugs? Never. Or so they thought. But behind the scenes, Amy had been drowning in the weight of her world custody disputes, hate mail, shattered dreams, and it finally broke her. Doctors later confirmed a mix of anti-anxiety meds and painkillers. Not a suicide attempt, but a dangerous overdose. An accident born out of exhaustion, and a desperate cry for help. Tammy, once the family's biggest medical concern, now stood in a hospital room staring down at her little sister, tubes in her arms, machines beeping like alarms inside her soul. "I should have seen this," Tammy whispered, tears streaming down her face. "She saved me when I was dying." Where was I when she needed saving? Amanda placed a hand on her shoulder. "You didn't fail her. We all rally now just like she did for you." Chris, usually the strong one, sat silently, tears in his eyes. Never been this scared. Not even when Tammy was in the ICU. "Amy, don't deserve this." A nurse emerged with a quiet update. "She's stable but unconscious." One visitor at a time, Tammy stepped in first. Amy looked fragile, pale, broken. Tammy grabbed her hand and wept. "I'm sorry, Amy. You carry everyone's weight, even when it crushes you. But not anymore. You're not alone. I got you." Outside, the family began to make a plan. Amanda said she'd take the kids until Amy could truly heal. Chris insisted. "She needs real therapy, not just meds from some backwoods clinic." Hours later, Amy stirred. Her eyes opened slowly, confused, lost. The first person she saw, her mother Darlene, who had just arrived, uncharacteristically quiet. I didn't raise you for this," she whispered. "You're stronger than this." Amy's voice cracked, barely audible. "I didn't mean to. I just wanted peace. Just a little quiet." Tammy returned to the room, sat beside her again, and took her hand. "You'll get that peace," she said softly. "But the right way this time, with us by your side." As the hours passed, Amy Slayton began to stir. Slowly, her strength returned. Doctors monitored her vitals with precision, while social workers stepped in to assess the deeper wounds, the ones that don't show on a chart. There would be therapy, there would be follow-ups. But most importantly, there would be a second chance. Amanda arrived quietly, setting Gage's toy beside Amy's pillow. Her voice was soft, but resolute. "Your boys need you," she said. "But more than that, you need you." That was the moment Amy cried, not from shame, but from release. She had carried the weight of guilt, loneliness, and pain for far too long. But here, in that quiet hospital room surrounded by love, Amy realized something life-changing. She didn't have to carry it alone anymore. Chris said it best: "We Slatons got our issues. We yell. We fight. We screw up. But we don't let our own fall. Not ever." As the evening light faded, Tammy lingered at the door. She turned back, her eyes locked on her sister, and whispered to herself, "She saved me more times than I can count. Now it's my turn." Narrator. Amy Slayton's journey has taken a painful detour, but this is far from the end. It's the start of something new, a chapter of healing, reflection, and above all, love. On the next 1000 Delby Sisters, the family faces the emotional aftermath, and Amy takes her first steps on the road to recovery. Meanwhile, Tammy Slayton's transformation is turning heads in, not just on the scale. The once 700-pound star has stunned fans with a breathtaking new photo, showing off her figure in post-surgery shapewear. It was more than a picture. It was a statement. She did it. In 2020, both Amy and Tammy began rewriting their stories. But while Amy's pace slowed due to personal battles, Tammy pushed forward, fueled by sheer grit. Her journey wasn't smooth, was painful, lonely, and relentless. But it worked. Ouch. She now looks into the mirror, not with guilt, but with pride. Tammy shared her story on the Creative Chaos podcast, even appearing in a Hanson Boom fireworks ad revealing for the first time the results of her skin removal surgery. She opened up about her 2022 gastric bypass under Dr. Smith's care and the brutal post-op experience that came with it. No solids, just dry, bitter protein powder. She could barely stomach, but despite the struggles, she pressed on. Tammy's TikTok post broke the internet, some hearts too. Fans wept at her transformation. One image in particular showed her in a fitted pink top and cap, radiating quiet power. But it was the next photo that floored everyone. Shapewear, confidence, and a body that told a story of pain, patience, and perseverance. Tammy didn't just lose the weight. She won her life back. Tammy Slayton is unrecognizable. The woman we once saw fighting for breath and battling the weight of her own body now walks with pride, in a yellow tank top and jeans. And when she flashed that iconic two-finger peace sign, the internet exploded. Fans weren't just emotional, they were wrecked. "I don't know her personally," one commenter wrote, "but I can't stop crying. She made me proud." That's the kind of transformation we rarely witness. Not just physical, but spiritual, mental, and deeply personal. Tammy didn't just shed pounds, she shed 3 entire versions of her old self. From size XXXXL to medium, yes, you heard that right. She's lost over 500 pounds. And as of July 2025, she may be hovering close to 200, a number that once seemed impossible. 1000 Delby Sisters fans have followed her story from hopelessness to heroism. But now, Tammy is the one leading. Her pictures are everywhere, lighting up the internet with joy, pride, and inspiration. Her arms are thinner. Her waist has vanished. Even her stomach, once a source of shame, stunned Amanda when she visited her in the hospital. But none of this came easy. Tammy fought for this. She refused to be another headline. Refused to die in a bed she couldn't leave. She made it her mission to beat the odds, and beat them she did. Consistency became her superpower. Motivation came from tragedy. And after years of isolation inside 4 walls, Tammy proved to the world and to herself she could stand. Alone, and then came the skin removal surgery, the most emotional moment of her journey so far. In Season 7, Tammy learned she had nearly 15 pounds of excess skin removed from critical areas of her body. She smiled through tears, overwhelmed by the magnitude of her transformation. And she didn't forget who helped her: doctors, nurses, her family. She thanked them all. But make no mistake, this was Tammy's victory. The world can finally see what was hidden all along: her true self, her beauty, her confidence. Her curves now celebrated in outfits she never thought she'd sense up. She'd sense up see. Where, while Amy was always the bold fashionista, Tammy is catching up, and maybe even surpassing her in style. But not all is perfect just yet. Fans on Reddit pointed it out. Her legs still look heavy, out of sync with her upper body. Some assumed it was fat, but others, including medical experts, clarified it's sagging skin. Tammy's surgeries have focused on her midsection and arms, but her legs remain the final frontier, and Tammy knows it. She told viewers herself, "Another operation is coming." Dr. Rubin and his 12-person surgical team performed a miracle once. They'll do it again. The road to full mobility isn't over, but Tammy's not stopping. First, she'll recover from the January surgery. Then, she's signing up for round 2, and fans may see that next phase in the upcoming season. Then expect Tammy to keep slaying in fitted shapewear, owning her body, and proving every single day